Political Café, and I'm your host, Tariro Gurure. This show seeks to have a conversation around youth and young women participation as we go into 2023 and beyond, as a way to just keep the conversation going. This episode, I have a young student leader who is also a voters or mobilizer. She is a person that's very vibrant in the register to vote mantra, mobilizing young people, virgin voters, to go and register to vote. And her name is Falon Dunga. Thank you, Falon, for joining me today.
Thank you, Charlie, for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. You are a student activist or a student leader with a student body. For you, as a young student leader, how is your journey? How did you start? How did you feel that you wanted to be in this journey as a student leader?
Okay, thank you, Charlie, for that question. So I'm a student leader at Lupane State University. So my journey as a student activist started in 2019 when I enrolled at university. So I just felt like the political space needs women like me who are very much vibrant, since there's a gap between men and women in terms of leadership. So I really wanted to be part of those leadership spaces and also try to build my leadership skills as I prepare for the next. I really wanted to be in the top leadership in the next coming 5 years, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So this was a trigger to say, as a leader, I want to fix my roots. I want to do my foundation and all that.
Exactly.
But being a female in leadership and being an activist is not an easy journey. How do you cope with just being in a patriarchal society?
Yeah, exactly. It's not an easy journey, especially with the political environment in Zimbabwe, whereby we face a number of challenges. There's issue of arrest, there's issue of sexual harassment in the space, there's all issue of persecution child. I was arrested, I think, last year in Harare after just a flash demo at Harare Magistrate Court. And also there's issue of segregation in terms of, because you're a woman, people think you cannot lead. But one thing they don't know that we can also lead better than men. So yeah, it has been really difficult for me, but I'm putting through.
Okay. You want to tell kusungwa and experience kusungwa and going to jail. We have seen can you just, why were you arrested, and is the charge gone, and were you charged, and what would you say about the whole justice system?
Okay, I was arrested for exercising my constitutional mandate of demonstrating. So we just demonstrated at Harare Magistrate Court. It was just a flash demo. Then we were arrested. We were only 4, and I was the only female student there. So we spent about 56 hours at Harare Central. Then we were given a charge of disorderly conduct, and the trial is still ongoing. It's been a year now. We are still going back to the court here and there. We are supposed to report it at Harare Central. So it's not really easy because it demotivates my spirit. You understand? So yeah, it's not that easy, but it's really someone, the commitment. Yeah, you really want this. Exactly.
Yeah. When you go back to Harare, to Central, is this weekly? Is this after a fortnight? How often do you report?
It's last Friday every month. I'm supposed to go and report at Harare Central. Then we have an ongoing trial.
That is still ongoing.
Exactly.
So you might find yourself as a convicted criminal. If you're convicted, or if you don't have a charge, you might find yourself acquitted in the near future. All right. Let's go straight into why I brought you here today. You're in the forefront of the register to vote. A student taking up this mantra. And if yes, is there any apathy around my students, my university, my polytechnics, my vocational training centers?
Okay, from my experience as a ground force, also as a student, the students, they are not really taking this up, the issue of voter registration. Why? Because they don't really know the importance of participating in electoral processes. Number 2, the people or the youth at large, they have lost confidence in the ballot. Exactly, due to the issues of rigging, the issues of electoral fraud. So what we need to do is that we need to do a lot of voter education to educate these young people on the importance of registering to vote and try to restore that confidence. To know there is hope, though there's no hope. Yeah.
There's hope. No, but I also feel pretty hope is subjective. You might say there's no hope, but when we have the numbers, remember politics is a game of numbers.
Exactly.
And when things dramatically change, they can dramatically change, I believe. When you look at where we had been from 1980 until 2017, then things changed. We didn't expect that to happen, but
Exactly.
so in politics, policies change, spaces change, leadership changes.
Exactly.
It might take long, but something can happen.
Yeah.
We are talking about apathy. Why do you think there is apathy among students? I believe my students are requested, most of them are 2K.
Exactly.
2K. Ma 2K and ma 2K, most of the videos used from 2021, 18, some have just turned 18. Why is there so much apathy? Why do you think there is so much resistance amongst the Susuma youth?
Sometimes it's the political actors themselves, the political parties, because they have politicized the voter registration drive. So young people, especially those at university, they don't want to involve themselves into issues that has to do with the politics because of the political environment. You understand? So they're saying, no, this is politics. I'm saying, no, guys, registering to vote, it's your constitutional mandate as a Zimbabwean citizen. It's there on the constitution. You have to go and register to vote and vote on the day of election. So I think you have to do more on the issue of voter education again. It goes back to the Zimbabwe electoral board again. They need to do more on the issue of voter education. They are the ones that have to be at the forefront trying to educate. Because if you go there, especially in my rural areas, sometimes I know these guys, I think they are pushing an agenda for certain political party. So the ZEC, they must be at the forefront, you understand?
Okay.
To educate these young people, the importance of them in registering to vote and also to vote. Not only to vote, and also to participate in leadership positions. Because the youth in Zimbabwe, they constitute like the majority with 67%.
Yeah,
exactly. So they have to participate and also check out these leadership positions. Because it is said, which parliament, Tshuma Wakawanda, but Tshuma Shona, yeah, exactly.
You have the youth committee, asinenge sitombori namayouth pamwe muyouth arimo ndi honorable Tatena Mavetera vanhu vashoma ari wide but pamwe parliament yese kana tichikaunda muyouth anorepresenta ndiye ega
and zvinogwisatsitsi ndaitonetsana ndisa the honorable you guys makanyora national development strategy kuti youth are lazy. I'm saying makatimezha kupi tiri lazy. And vanotitira zvinhu tisima youth we are there but they decide on our behalf, which is wrong.
Yeah. So toda kutaura nyaya wambobata when you spoke of rural voters kuti kana muchienda, I want to believe that with your institution organization you are also going into the rural areas.
Exactly.
And when you go there, what is murku gamuchirika say my youths are kumamisha but are they coming forward to say, and so we want to be part of the citizens that are registering to vote, or there is resistance?
Exactly. In the rural areas, especially here in Matebeleland, like you've been in Wange 2 weeks back, like my youth are known as Buddha, Chef. Then there are other rural areas like in Mash Central, there is Bindura, what they it's really difficult to operate in that in those areas because there is strong words of another political party. So everyone who comes there trying to push this voter registration drive will be aligned to a certain political party. Exactly. So it's actually said this drive that we are doing as Project Vote is for all young people to participate, not the people of a certain political party. No, we are non-partisan, we are non-political aligned. We focus on everyone, whether you are black, whether you are white, everyone. Exactly.
All right. 2023, how can young women actively participate? Because I feel pretty from your initiatives that in the research that I've been doing, you have a lot of young women that are volunteering in the Project Vote. Is it deliberate? kunge mune vakadzi vadiki varivo on the forefront to mobilize in the communities?
Yeah, it's deliberate.
It's very deliberate.
Yeah.
Because you want
more young women in these spaces.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's very deliberate. So for me, when you say you need more young women, are young women showing interest in being foot soldiers, in being mobilizers?
Not all of them, only a few, because they feel like the space is not that favorable to women. You understand? So we try by all means, try to convince, you know what guys, this is for your own good, this is for what, you know. But they are not really coming up because the security of a number of volunteers, especially boys, then young women, I think this side, I think we managed to cover this side, Shaganyanya, this particular region, where we have young women,
Well, that's beautiful, because from the Matabeleland region, we have an issue here. Yakuti, we are marginalized. So for me, I think it's a take home to say that you guys have a lot of young women who are volunteers in your space, in the project Vote 263. Falon, I want to understand, Kuti, Wakadzi, what should they do to come out and say, I want to be a candidate?
Okay.
Right now, a lot of people are declare candidates, because we know cyberbullying, we know party politics are disfavorable. We have you don't even have support before the community. Mumbacha imuma unongochitogara ukaudza vabereki nhasi kuti veduwe ndafunga kuti inini 2023 nditombopinda mu council kana mu parliament. Unotoudzwa magara moyo kuti unogara uri mu 2-in-1 for 3 days. Stress. So what is the idea for women to participate without a fear of victimization?
Okay, firstly I want to say the civil society, especially those women organizations, the Zimbabwe Gender Commission, the World Pay Week, I think they need to do more of those leadership capacity buildings, whereby they capacitate these women with leadership skills. Because do you know why they say the society they say no, we don't want you as a candidate? Why? You don't have the capacity as a woman. Because it's not only a matter of voting for you as a woman. You understand? You need to have the capacity. You need to have ideas, and why are we voting for you? So the civil space must play a bigger role in terms of capacitating these women, so that they have what it means to become candidates. You understand?
Yes,
exactly.
So you're speaking of capacity building for women. You're speaking capacity building for also young women.
Exactly.
I want to know, Guti, there are people that are also attending my trainings, my capacity building, that have had the good opportunities of mentorship and all that, but we don't see them in parliament. Why?
It's because of their political parties. So the political party in Zimbabwe, yes, I have read their constitution. They really advocate for 50-50. ZANU-PF constitution, they have their clause which says 50-50. We have the MGC, they have also their clause which says 50-50. But it's just rhetoric, it's not there on the ground. So I think the political parties, they need to revise their constitution, try to accommodate these women. Understand? Because whenever a woman comes up saying, I want this position, no, because a woman check this lower position, understand?
Yeah.
So I think it starts from the political parties, and also start with us, the citizens, trying to support these women, and also women trying to support women. Because if you check in Zimbabwe, the women, they constitute the majority with 53% of the electorate. So imagine if you vote for women with capacity, not just women with capacity.
Women with capacity, women that can deliver, women that can speak truth to power, women that can also represent the rights of women. Because you then find out, I want to go to Nyaya Washarabuti party politics. Dinototaura 50-50 in their constitutions, but it's not on the ground. We've actually seen quota system. We have another quota system in Rikuya youths. In Rupiwa 10 seats Kuma youths. What's your take on that?
For me, I don't really believe in those quota. I feel like it's a bakos.
It's a bakos. nokuthi Bakosi changed my days at 2008 kataiti Bakosi
like
it was almost for free.
You didn't work for that position. You understand? So that's due to a number of incompetent MPs in parliament. But P1 that thing, like you don't take that thing seriously, and it's unless you Shandila and it. So what you have to do is to educate these youth to know what it's just right. So let's work for this position. Let us go and contest here. That's the thing. I was the quota system personally, I don't believe in quotas. Exactly. Yeah.
Quota system for you, it's a no.
Yeah, for me
it's not
for me personally.
Interesting view. Falon, you spoke about Nyaekwiti where you got into student activism, student leadership in 2019 because there was somewhere where you wanted to go in 5 years.
Yeah.
And I'm counting 5 years. 2023. Are you eyeing something? Are you eyeing to be an MP or councillor or what?
Yes, I'm going to contest 2023 for Member of Parliament, Gurure South.
Gurure South constituency.
Yeah.
Gurure South constituency ndiyo ipi?
Aiwa,
anti-tinoti constituency kati Gurure Central. Chitaura location in town.
Okay, so
Gurure South in the EP.
Gurure South constituency.
This is talking about Blawai Kasa.
Okay. Gurure South constituency. Inobata Southlands. Inobata South Park. Inobata Shokunze. Inobata the other part of Glenora. Inobata Oakley. Inobata Stone Ridge. Like it's big. So there is also the issue of delimitation. So likely they're going to be divided
into two.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, because also with the issue of delimitation, we've realized that Harare has the most population on voters. Inema voters akawanda Harare pachayo yakamira paipai. Isusu as maybe Bulawa and Matibelele tinopinda 3 or 4 times into Harare, or even 5 times. I want to think that because if over 3 something.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Saka when delimitation was so important. Why is it important kuti vanhu vazive nenyaya delimitation?
Okay, delimitation is actually a good process because it's actually leads to issues that have to do with transparency, issues that have to do with free and fair elections. Because there are other constituents that are bigger than other constituencies. So we have to divide those constituents to make like an equal, to make a balance, a balance between the electorates.
Okay. I always had a question that boggles my mind until today. I want to give an example of Harare constituency, Harare South. You said it's a bigger constituency, it's got a bigger margin.
With over 70,000 voters.
Which means it can be divided into 2 or 3 constituencies.
From
2 constituencies. And then you find a constituency like that. With the constituency, what's the in a small numbers in Harare right now, or a small constituency, not geographically.
Small constituency. I'm not sure.
All right. So what is a constituency? One of the constituencies here in Bulawayo, maybe Nengenevanu, 20,000 compared to 70,000, and then the CDF money comes. You are given the same money.
Exactly.
To go back into your constituency to develop for over 70,000 people. Exactly. Yet you have someone who has 20,000. What is your suggestion as we into delimitation, the accountability and transparency towards development? What can be a suggestion? This also goes to ZEC and policymakers.
Yeah, there comes in the issue of the delimitation process to address such kinds of issues, whereby we have a constituency over maybe 40,000 people, then we have also another constituency with 20,000. You understand? So you have to divide these constituents to make balance. You understand? Because in terms of resource allocation, there must be a balance. You understand?
Balance, yeah.
So it's actually key to have this delimitation process.
Yeah. So it's actually key. So are people vexed? Do people know the delimitation process? Because I believe you are doing voter education, registering to vote, but also teaching people on the importance of the electoral processes, which one of the processes is delimitation. So as you go into the grounds, teach the delimitation.
Exactly. It's very unfortunate that the people should I say the stakeholders, they don't even know what delimitation is. They don't even know when is it going to happen. So on that one, I blame Zimbabwe Electoral Commission because they are not doing enough in terms of information dissemination. Understand? They just post there on Twitter and with how many people are there on Twitter? You find people in Wange there, they're not even on Twitter. They need information. So yeah, a lot of people, they don't even know about this delimitation process. Even here in Blawa, I was at Kampala last week with Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. You find most people, they don't even know what is the delimitation process. What is the importance of that process? Why is it being carried out? You understand?
Okay. Falon, I want you to interject. You said you had a meeting on delimitation, right? When you had a meeting on delimitation, you are a stakeholder. You are going there as a stakeholder.
Yeah, I was a stakeholder.
As Project 4263, right?
No, I
just... As Falon.
Yes. As
Falon. But Falon, you are also part of an institution into the people.
Yes,
are you taking the information here and disseminate? Because we have had an issue of attend my workshop as I was spending grassroots. Are you doing a mandate here? As Falon, you go back to LSU. What to tell my colleagues are guys, information in the piece up a street in the east. Are you doing that?
Exactly. That's why I attended that program, because I want my colleagues to have that information, because I feel like it's very important. You understand? So I'm doing everything that I can do to try and disseminate this information.
Political participation for young women. You are an aspiring politician. What can you tell young women? What can you tell young people that want to contest come 2023? Because we know it's either you win or you lose, but coming out to say, I want to be part of the political discourse that happens in this country. For me, it's head bowed to you. But for someone, what can you tell them?
Okay, what I can say is that ngati such hate, because I feel like the power and those small women, you know. But let's power in a good way. We have a problem in Zimbabwe with women who think that power is actually sexually transmitted, whereby they go and sleep with those old madalas. It's actually wrong, very wrong. And so young people out there, let's get to a power, but in a good way. Let's participate. Let's register to vote. That's the first thing you need to do if you want to vote. You need to register to vote. You also need to vote. You also need to read, know the issues around you. What is happening? What do you want to stand for? You have ideas. Don't just say, I want to contest. What do you have? Exactly. Because we need women with capacity, not just women with whips and Brazilian whips. You need to have capacity for you to be a leader. You understand? It's not only a matter of being a woman. Personally, I don't support the idea of using the gender card for you to occupy this space. It's actually wrong. I understand. Do you have what it takes to be a leader? Do you have what it takes to be a leader, regardless of your gender? Exactly. Simple as that. Straight to the point. Sarah, young people, let us not fear. Let us go into the space and let's take charge and believe in ourselves. Falon, thank you so much for being part of this conversation. But in parting short, what is your word of encouragement to just random young person? It took a register to vote, but really Zimbabwe took a what can you tell them that's so positive that they can take home and understand, Kuti, this is about me and you, not anyone else, and the electoral process is about them? Exactly. Firstly, I would want to say registering to vote is not a political process. It's your duty, actually, your obligation as a Zimbabwean citizen to register to vote. So young people out there, go and register to vote, and also go and vote on the day of elections. Also, go and take up this leadership position. It's our time to shine as young people. Registering to vote is very much important because that's where you decide your future. You understand? In the next 5 years in Zimbabwe, where do you want to see your future? it can only be done through the ballot.
It can only be done through the ballots, it can only be done through participation, it can only be done through declaring your candidacy come 2023. That was Falon Dunga for you, ladies and gentlemen, and we are done for today. Thank you for taking your time to be with us out of your busy schedule of mobilization, of student politics, and above all, your academia. And for everyone that wants to follow you, I think you know her social media handles, she is Falon Dunga. That is it rather for today, and thank you so much for joining us. Until next time.